Let's get ready to
Rebirth!
What the hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
Hiya, 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 na 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 na. He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
All right, welcome to the best financial stream on the internet. I briefly mentioned something, and that means I 100% guarantee something's gonna crash this summer. I'm sorry, guys. We'll get back to me complaining about comic books. Don't you worry. It's coming.
Crazy.
Yes, we also have Ana de Armas to speak about today. Mog. Always a pleasure. Always great to get our diversity claps in here, Alonzo. Shout out. I did get a haircut. Thank you for noticing. I did it myself, if you couldn't tell. And yes, Moxie is here. Happy to have her.
I am.
And Barbie. And B-Man. And my new haircut. And cars. Cars will crash this summer. Thank you, Tomac. Badger, how you doing, buddy?
I am 86 hours into my most complete Skyrim playthrough ever, and there's just no signs of it. I've just got so much more. It's going to be a 300-hour playthrough easily.
You always know how many hours you're in. So do you, when you get finished
Steam
playing,
tells
do you like double check with your eyeballs?
Just log the thing. No, I just check right now so I can anecdotally tell you how much I've been playing. It's a lot.
It really puts things into perspective.
But then, just so you understand, I pop out and then I see ketamine Elon calling Trump. It's like, no, I'm going back in. I'm going back in. Going back into Skyrim. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Came out to watch Ballerina, and we'll talk about it.
I was quite pleased.
I got what I wanted.
If you're a John Wick fan, I think you also might be able to get what you want. And what we all really want is Gooch. How are you doing, buddy?
What? No, I'm good.
We all want a piece of Gooch. Get over here.
Manscaped's in the name.
It's not. Oh, I meant to plug for you. I may have also done some manscaping. It's so prickly. I haven't been wearing my shirt all day. Stop. Is there?
I thought he was going to go lower. It's very itchy.
That's what I thought too.
No, sorry. This.
I was like,
this. Because what product
You need a
would you
nice
recommend?
sugar scrub.
Yeah.
Sugar
scrub.
Help.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta forgive
I was gonna
me.
ask Gooch about his favorite sugar
Just
scrub.
don't get the sugar foot.
The smoke from the fires around here is like intense. Like it's really, really bad. So it's just like,
Yeah, man.
Wait, is he pre-planning for when he Gucci needs us out? He's like, no, it's the fires, bro.
It's horrible.
How dare you? How dare you? I would never.
Yeah.
Moxie, are you the one causing the fires?
Yeah. I'll take credit for
We
it.
didn't start the fire.
She's a spicy redhead. She's fiery. Right? Or am I crazy?
Gasoline on it too.
I'm not sure what the noise was I made. I went for a...
burn.
I thought that was
Lupin the Third.
Jake Lupin. Yeah.
It was a good. It was a good.
It was rar.
Moxie, do you have any interest in Ballerina? It's made for you.
The early poster didn't do anything for me. The trailer was kind of like okay, but I've been hearing people in our group chat say that it's actually good. So I don't know, might be interested based on word of mouth stuff. But what I've seen,
might like it.
no.
I worried I was going to be the only one who liked it. I'm glad I'm not. It's not the greatest, but you get all the action you want, and it's good action. Did not get Ana de Armas side boob, but more on that shortly. First, we have to talk Samuel L. Jackson. I have not seen Tulsa King. It's one of the many things that makes me angry at Paramount Plus because I don't want to give them money, but I kind of want to watch Tulsa King. And now we're going to spin off in New Orleans starring Sam Jackson.
Unneeded.
Are any Tulsa King enjoyers?
Season 1, I
Yes.
liked. Season 2,
Yes.
no,
Not so much. Right?
didn't
Not
do
so
it for
much.
me.
Yeah.
So then, do you think it'll be even worse now that you're doing a spin-off Sam Jackson, or you're like, maybe he'll breathe a little life into it, Sam Jackson?
I'll probably watch it because
Yeah, it's
I
Taylor
know
Sheridan
two
too,
seasons in, I gotta watch the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate season 2, but I didn't love it.
Oh,
That's
oh,
super
yeah.
cucked.
Oh,
I agree
yeah,
with
true.
that. Season 2 wasn't as good as the first season.
It'd
But
be
that's
being like
always the case. It's
a
always the case.
gangster. Is he in season 2? Is he in this already?
No.
Or is he's a all right, so he'd be a brand new
is-
character?
I don't know who it was, but Samuel L. Jackson gave them the like, bro, just get your forever character. And that's a character that you just keep coming. For him, it was Nick Fury, right? But here's the thing. They ruined Nick Fury. No one gives a shit about him. So I guess he needs another forever character. So now he's at, hey, he wants to be a random fucking black guy that's in charge. And that's what we've got now. So it'll be a new character, Sam Jackson playing Sam Jackson, so we can get a paycheck from Paramount Plus.
Is it weird that I got a boner when you said when you did the...
I don't know.
Oh, that's...
Want to be a fucking black guy, you can do it.
Oh, jeez. Keep going. I'm on 38 seconds.
I'm Sicilian. That means I got black inside. Yo, my family lineage.
There it is. There it is.
The first 3 seconds, I thought he was doing an offensive Samuel L. Jackson voice until I realized it was Stallone.
Why do they keep calling you Jesus? Do I look Puerto Rican? It's Hey Zeus. Go watch the third Die Hard movie. You'd love it.
Yes.
Wait, I don't even think wait, no, Die Hard 2. Yeah, I was a little disappointed with Die Hard 2. Is Die Hard 3 worth it, Darren?
I think so.
Which
I
one
like Die Hard
is
3.
Simon Says.
Which one is
It's the one
Wait.
they make him go to the
Live-
black neighborhood wearing a sign that says I hate Nutellas.
Yes.
It's real fun.
Did you
As
enjoy
Jeremy...
Live Free
Honestly,
or Die Hard?
That might be one of the better Die Hards after the first one, just because of the with the Timothy Oliphant, and it's like super prescient as far as like technology could fuck us over. Fire
We
sale.
also did Total Recall, which I enjoyed, but then we get up here. He's the one who directed Ballerina, which I did not realize. More on that in a moment. Actually, before we get into Ballerina, we're getting into it second. We actually have a Jurassic World Rebirth clip I'm going to throw in the private chat for you, Badge. And we all want that. We want the memorabilia we want most is, well, probably the T-Rex like coming down, but then the Raptors in the kitchen. And they have a Raptors in the kitchen scene. So I was really excited. And then I had some other feelings and emotions. See what you guys think. What?
Ooh.
All right. So I like that, but all right. I think this is all mostly old. I think we get a couple clips. Yeah.
Jurassic World. Rated PG.
All right.
That
Can we go-
movie's gonna make so much money. Holy crap.
Can we go back? Actually, sorry. Can you pull it back up, Patrick? I want to see the weird raptor thing with like the
In the
seagull.
beginning?
Yeah, it looked a little Rancor tard monster-y.
I would say it looks a little kaiju, a little retarded kaiju, I think is what you're trying to say.
Zeus the villain. Yeah. It's a chicken. Are they going for like their chicken?
Yeah, it's supposed
Wait, this is what they meant by a flying raptor or whatever they said, like a pterodactyl raptor. This must be it. Honestly, it looks like it could do a really good Gooch strut. Okay, I agree with Gooch.
Facts.
This is gonna make some money. Was that trailer? You
Yeah.
guys happy, Moxie?
Oh yeah. That T-Rex with his jaw coming between the mountain rocks there. Oh.
And intense music as well to go with it. Yeah. Whew. I'm all right. I continue to be most excited for that. Even though
To go back and start over because I think I've only seen Jurassic World one time, and I
Look
haven't
at
seen
that.
any of the sequels. So
I honestly don't think you're going to need to know any. It might even behoove you not to watch them, just so you.
Yeah, this is like a me watching the new Total Recall situation. The less you know, probably the more you'll like it.
See that I like
family.
That right there with
He likes the screaming child. Yeah, I know. Soak up their pain and fear. ABF.
I feel it. Just
feed.
soak it in. Just soak it.
My master
Ooh.
ABF taught me.
I feel so
feed
good.
on the dark
Oh.
side of people's emotions.
So I will say though, like He's right. You know, they like scare the women's and the children's. One of the best part of Jurassic World one, I think, was when they're in like the orb, like the see-through orb, and they're like trying to attack it. I thought that was the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, they talked about how they were going back to like the horror aspects, like the thriller horror aspects. So I was like, ooh, that's sweet. Those were like the best parts. I hope they actually lean into it and they're not just saying it.
Dinosaurs work.
It seems like they actually did it.
Even Batman likes dinosaurs. That's how much they fucking work. Like,
yeah,
it's literally a comic pad of like some dinosaurs, and Green Arrow's like, great dinosaurs, and Batman's just like, I like dinosaurs.
We're boys. We like
I've got one in my cave.
We're like dinosaurs, cars, and farts.
And Spider-Man.
Every single one of us men.
and little people.
wait. You'll be happy to hear. I spoke with Hayden. Time Bandits is now on the list. I'll be watching the little people for you, Gooch. I'll make sure to send you pictures.
It's good.
Absolute pleasure having you all. Chat, did any of you guys see Ballerina? I saw someone was mentioning it.
Aaron saw it.
Me and Badger saw it.
Yeah, I enjoyed my time with it.
And
Did you go in with low expectations, or did you like have a sense of what you were getting into?
I went in with expectations, but not maybe I went in with the expectations that this would be in line with the other John Wick movies and that it would be believable in that context. Obviously, we're all turning our brains off to believe that John and all those motherfuckers could do what they do with, fight that many people. And, bro, they tell her to fight like a girl. They tell her she'll always be weaker. They'll tell her she'll always be smaller. They tell her to cheat, to do everything that I would fucking tell my child if he was a girl. Guess what? You're always going to be, so you got to outsmart him. You got to be faster. You got to be happy. And here's the biggest thing. This is why it works. This is why it works. Ready? Anna got that fucking dog in her. She got that fucking, she got that beast inside. So even though she's smaller and not exactly the most, she's got that fucking beast inside. And that sort of drives it through.
I think she actually is pretty convincing.
I thought it was.
Anyone concerned about the girl bossing? I don't think you have anything to worry about. That was probably the thing I was most concerned about and least cared about. Yeah, she always had like they loved their hatchets in John Wick. She always had a hatchet or a weapon of some sort at hand.
She gets her ass kicked through the entire fucking. She's constantly getting her ass kicked. This
dude
is
beat
just
the shit out of her
along the quality level of the third and fourth movie. So if you thought that was shit, you won't like this. But if you thought that was great, this is a worthy addition to the John Wick. And also, yeah, does she fight John Wick? Yes, and he beats. It's just not even a thing. It's like a child fighting an adult, and it's just nothing. It's great. It's
holding
great.
the forehead back.
Essentially, it's just beautiful, and it also shows you. It really just illustrates you how good John is. That like she's tearing. I mean, she's getting her ass kicked. They're making it work for her. But yeah, he shows up.
And so that moment is actually a good example of where the writing and story and characters aren't particularly much of anything. Similar to like a Mission Impossible, where he's like, I'm going to kill you or you have to leave. And then she fights him and he's like, well, I guess you can have 30 minutes of rampaging. We can just totally destroy this like, centuries old pact we have with this secret group. Just have 30 minutes, go on a fun little like shopping spree, put everything in the car, we turn it into a game show. So that like didn't make any sense, but it doesn't need to. And
I mean, in the sense that it's a lot of things they could have gone further on, but one of the key things is, are you born into this life of violence, or are you like just, man, you're fucking just chosen for it? Some people just have it in them, and no matter what, they were going to find their way to that. John sees something of himself in her. He's in the process of trying to escape, and he sees in her want to escape, even if she's, like I said, got that dog in her, got that killer in her. And he sort of like, he gives her a chance.
Convinces her there's a way out. So she's like, do you remember me and whatnot? So she kind of, I don't know, guilted him by wanting to get out as well. So I guess, he saw her. So he's just like, all right,
if you're
30-minute rampage,
fan,
I get it.
If you're a John Wick fan, this is a worthy addition to the fucking Continental and this and the whole universe they're building.
Yeah, that's what I was going to, as far as recommendations go. If you do enjoy the John Wicks, wait for it on Max or wherever it's coming out.
I live in an urban environment. There were white people doing it too. A lot of crowd reaction to some of her fucking more spectacle kills. Like,
anything
a lot.
Head related. Anyone getting shot in the head, stabbed, or like was excellent. And I laughed and made noises at most of them.
I liked
the
Wick.
first before the second.
I liked Wick 1 to 3.
Something
4
like that,
kind of fell off for me.
Dog's dead.
So
Petered
this
out.
one, it was, well, he's still falling down those downstairs.
Oh, well, see, I watched one, and then I watched that fourth one where he fell down the stairs forever. I think I may have watched two. So I'm relatively Wick normie and quite enjoyed it.
I will say this though, as good as he was, it made me realize that I don't want another John Wick film because like he showed
And
up
they're
and he did all
talking
the
about
things and he was
5.
cool. I know,
And they're
that's what I'm
talking-
saying.
yeah.
I was like, I would rather watch Ballerina 2 than John Wick 5, if that makes any fucking sense. Just because he did the things, he was great. And I was like, and I've seen this. He's done this in all the other movies.
So,
cool.
girl bossing was fun. Like, was no problem. The
Minimal.
action was great, and Keanu Reeves was in it considerably more than I was expecting. So that was like
Way more.
probably the three biggest concerns about this movie. And my fears were allayed, and I was happy.
Yeah.
I was happy. And I thought everyone else was going to absolutely destroy it, and I was going to be the only one happy and tried to be made sad for enjoying it. But hey,
Jeff,
go watch it.
As we mentioned before, that was one of the reasons that gave me hope is that they did have the whatever. If they didn't care, they would have just released it. Instead, they went, no. They delayed it a full year. They switched up action scenes. They made it better. I don't know what that movie looked like before, but I was happy with the one I got.
These like Swiss Alpine town or whatever at the end that they do the whole big fight
That was
in
a great concept. Like
it was a great setting as well.
I don't spoil, but
For the
essentially it's like a
rampage.
whole town of fucking assassins.
Essentially, yes.
I took it
like with the writing, you don't really get to learn much of anything about them, but it's
very
good enough.
similar.
Someone for
No
her to
Dust Till
fight.
Dawn.
Yeah, here we go.
At the end, when he's like, that's where they're trying to go to El Rey to buy their way into El Rey. Shitty environment, but that's what that is. That's just like your sanctuary for like, can't be a killer your whole life.
And I think what we said, like John Wick in 2, he's already the dog
After-
got killed. She like sees them
After
and they're
one
walking.
and before,
And yeah, someone asking like Latin, like all this over a dog or something.
What's
like
the one where he gets his like tattoo fucking burned off, so whatever. So it's probably like after the second one and before the third one, somewhere in that range.
So yeah, if you were like actually a big John Wick person, I would say worth seeing in theater. But like it's a theater experience, right, Badge?
100%. And if you have a place that has like people in your audience,
if you enjoy John Wick or 2 and you're not particularly interested and you have Max or whatever it's on, absolutely just wait for it to come out in streaming. But if you're interested, I would consider seeing it in the theater. It was fun and head explodes. So many times.
So this goes old
side
school.
before.
This is kind of
Okay.
old school 80s, like early 90s.
It's
action
just
movie.
really good choreographed fighting. At one point, she has her gun, and then she has her like butcher's or the kitchen knife, and then she tapes them together, and she makes a knife gun. I cheered. I literally cheered.
thing and the skate. She fights some motherfuckers and she has like ice skates and she fucking starts swinging them and, like.
I'm a big fan of throwing weapons, especially like if you're running out of bullets, throwing weapons. She throws so many things in this.
I also wish I hadn't seen those clips because they were good, but they ruined it. Like the thing of her with the chick with
That's
the
good.
knife, the fucking chef or whatever. When she goes, it's so funny, dude. The plates, yeah, I don't know, it worked.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And then the whole like before she realizes the whole town is against her, she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna hurt you." And then she tries to like assassinate her, and that's one of the clips we saw. And in context, it was a whole. I enjoyed all of it. Context, I enjoyed a lot more. And the grenade blowing up
The
scene
grenades.
was great.
Yeah.
Music went really well with it. I was pumped up the whole time. It was audio was turned up a bit too much in my theater, so everything was hitting hard. Fun experience. I'm glad I went. I enjoyed myself. Badger, would you say same as me if you're a big John Wick fan? Actually,
If
do
you're a John
theater?
Wick fan, go see it. If other than that, I guess just wait. Like if you have to drive an hour to go to the movies, probably not worth an hour driving to the movies. But
and it's
Only for streaming.
Yeah, I like Moxie. If you're interested, I would probably consider it streaming.
Yeah, if you've watched all of them and you don't hate the third and the fourth one, you will like
Yeah,
And
good
I dare say
experience.
this is closer
fun.
to the originals than the third and the fourth one, where it's
Really? Okay.
as far as like a slightly more basic plot, and it is not super fucking over the top. Although
There's,
flamethrower
like-
fights.
It's an
There's
action
like
movie.
there's barely like story and plot. It's reasons to have like really good choreographed fighting. And my problem with John Wick 4, probably partly its length, the fighting itself got really repetitive where they would just hold it up, which is what John Wick does in this, like immediately hold it up, run, and then do like jujitsu, and it just got so repetitive. this wasn't repetitive for me at all.
It
I
also
felt very
did-
fresh every fight.
It also did a couple of things I really enjoyed where like you think it's going to be one scene and boom, it turned into a completely different scene. And then another one where it's like they set up a thing and then they sort of skip right after she did the thing. And it's just, man, just keeps the energy going. Yeah. I don't like these score systems because they ended up being everything is an IGN 7. Well,
yeah, no, this is an IGN 7. There's a reason you have an IGN 7 because a lot of things are IGN 7. It's my whole, yeah. When I release my book about movie scoring systems, I'll have a whole chapter on all that. On why 7 out of 10 is so common.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically,
doesn't look like it's gonna make a ton of money though. So if you'd like more good John Wick, I'd consider seeing it in theater. You can pick up one of your Superman popcorn buckets. I don't know if this is real because there's no logo. And then, other people who were like, when I looked it up, more people were just sourcing this. And normally when they have a source, they'll put, but there's nothing. So I assume it's hopefully real. Moxie, I think a lot of people agree with you. What were your thoughts on this?
It looks stupid.
It looks kind of stupid.
Why? Yeah. I mean, it's you have an action figure on the outside of a box. I mean, the other ones at least have been creative. This is just dumb.
But it's Superman using his laser vision to heat up the popcorn.
It's dumb.
Right. Well, here, let's see. Maybe this one will get you. How about a little newspaper bin popcorn bucket?
That one's cute. It's vintage. I actually like something like that.
Wait, Gooch, you don't like this? Is at Cineplex. This is your popcorn bucket. Gooch,
I know.
You're not going to pick this up?
No.
So you just don't think that you need to pay. Well, I was going to say $35 because that's how much ours are.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay $50 for this?
$50 to $60 for that? No, thank you.
No, thank you.
God, I'm losing hope for the U.S. popcorn buckets. Daily Planet DC, this is the bucket you deserve. Finally, we get something for Canada.
Funny when people say this is what you deserve. It's like, is that a bad thing or a good thing? I don't know. It's what you get.
Oh my God. There we go. I literally go 5 down. How did we not get a popcorn bucket that was the Fortress of Solitude?
Yes.
Alrighty.
Because you could poke your eye out. That's why.
Very true. Yes. All right. Predator, Killer of Killers. I asked Badger and Gooch if they'd seen it yet, and they went, wait, that's out? So, Predator, Killer of Killers. Turns out it's out, and I watched it. And the first 15 minutes, I thought I was going to go on a freaking rampage when I talked about it. However, I ended up liking a bit at the end. Discussing film. Predator Killer of Killers is not just a stunning animated achievement, but one of the best movies in the entire Predator franchise.
I'm going to press X to doubt on that.
Holy shit.
Very objective from discussing film. Well, okay. Well, that's not very objective, so let's move to Rotten Tomatoes. 98 what about Top Critic?
Jesus.
100%. And this is what everyone's rolling with is Predator Killer of Killers is so good it has 100% from critics.
Makes it super suspicious. Nothing has 100% like that.
And only 100%, and which is still an 8.8 out of 10. Rossi, Rainbow. Thank you, Rossi. we couldn't do this without you. All right.
Wouldn't want to.
So, I watched it, and I was concerned about the old Viking woman and the young black Tuskegee Airman in World War II. Turns out that was a racism. He's actually Latino. He's not black. I thought he was black. And I actually really like that character. Okay. This character right here.
You like him because what? Because he's...
No, his character. His character is meant to be like super likable and relatable.
Oh.
He's the only one who speaks like English as well. So yeah. So it starts with this broad, which was an enormous mistake. I kept pausing it because I was literally standing up and like starting to pace. But then once I got past her part, I actually kept pausing it because the fight scenes were really good and I was missing it while I was pulling up all my tabs and stuff. So if they would have just put it in as like the third of the anthology part, which this is not an anthology series, this is a movie, that's like anthology-esque, and then they meet up at the end and fight, and then try to like fight other predators and whatnot. The killer of killers. So she's the first story, and I literally, it annoyed me so much, I went straight to Grok and I said, were there female leaders of the Vikings or something along those lines?
Did it tell you about shield maidens and how
Badger,
they're not actually leaders?
I was just about to go to you because, oh man, shield maidens, of course, comes up first, which that was my whole issue with War of the Rohirrim. I'm getting this stupid hammer.
Guess what? Did shield maidens exist? You bet your ass they did, and they were not fucking leaders.
But Badger, point two, there was some excavation site and there was a female skeleton with some burial things to where maybe she was like a leader or something. And then like, but Badger, also like, what if like you don't have a male heir? Or like your husband like dies in battle.
Then you get fucking married to another man and he takes over. Yes.
No, you become the strong woman and you're the leader now. And your son has a modernity haircut and you're old as fuck and literally get called grandma at one point at the end, which is an apt descriptor. But she is an absolute total badass, literally like 1v10s people at one freaking point. It was infuriating. It was absolutely ridiculous, and Gooch, I already explained to this beforehand, is not allowed to watch this. The frame rate is got some serious issues, and the animation got some serious issues, and unlike Arcane, they don't use this painterly style and then add a bunch of their own style and effects. Instead, it's just bland boring, though there was a lot of good animation. Man. So they fight the biggest, hulkingest predator I've ever seen, and the old woman obviously 1v1s them, and it just bugged the crap out of me. But then we get to the samurai and ninja, and they have to fight a ninja predator. And then we get to the Tuskegee guy who's actually Latino, and I actually quite liked his one. I also liked the Japanese ones too. So I was like, wait, what? I had to like work myself down because I was all worked up and all angry, but then I was like, wait, actually, no, I'm kind of liking this now. And then between them, you see them on like a ship with collars on, and you realize, oh, they're being taken to an arena. They're like they killed one of the predators, so that means they get taken to arena, and the super duper predator, he is gonna have them fight to the death, and then the winner has to fight him, kind of a situation. But they have different plans. And I was not expecting that at all. I like that. I'm glad they did that. They brought it together and actually like, so it became an actual like movie. I thought it was gonna be like an anthology series. I like that. So I was like, well, then just make the old Viking woman a man and the problem's solved. But then I realized, but then they would all be men and we can't have that. So we have to make her an old ass Viking woman who's a total badass and an absolute just like see you next Tuesday the whole time. I'm not saying that women ruin all of our fun, but like, just let us have fun. You don't have to be in just make it a Viking. Just make it a Viking. But like,
man talk.
But then she gets to like cry over her son. No, kill her, shove her in a refrigerator, and then her husband can be sad and go fight predators. Please. So
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna come.
I enjoyed a lot of it. Nyak's gonna be furious, and the wokeness of the Viking grandma bugged the shit out of me. But there was a lot to like, and I was not expecting that after that first bit. That enraged me. So if you have Hulu, watch at your own risk.
How upset is Nyak gonna be? Just about Predator lore, you think?
I forgot. I still have more to be upset about. This is the voice actress for it's the worst voice acting I've ever heard. I originally looked it up to make sure it wasn't Morphid Clark because and it's like, Jesus, the worst voice acting I've ever heard. And then I go and let's see. So Ursa, 8. Everyone loves it. All right, and then a short that she made, unnamed character. She was an extra in NCIS, an extra in Scream the TV show. A short, nothing. She has no career whatsoever And none of it seems to be voice acting at all. And it's the worst absolute garbage I've ever fucking heard. And that's what they start the fucking movie off with. A completely talented voice actress. I looked it up so I could put a face to the horrible fucking voice and shame them on my stream. That's how bad it was. 100% critic rating. Watch at your own risk. Next topic. Lilo and Stitch.
Be better, Bobby.
Huh?
Be good. Be better.
It actually, it kind of reminded me of the Sifu animation from Secret Level because they did like the painterly stuff.
You mentioned it because it does look sort of Sifu. Yeah,
it did. Yeah, I literally thought that while watching it. Moxie, did you ever get around to seeing Lilo and Stitch? Are you the reason it might not hit $1 billion?
I am the reason. I haven't gone to an actual theater since Nosferatu, I don't think so.
Oh, really? Well,
and the
honestly,
last time I drove an hour plus to go to the movie theater, it took 3 hours to get back because a freaking semi-truck burned down. The audacity. So no, PTSD.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I give you permission to pirate. All right, so we all thought this was going to do absolute gangbusters because it had the amazing opening Memorial Day weekend, and it's got one more week because next week is How to Train Your Dragon, and that thing is going to steal so much box office from this. So it's got another week to really go. It's going to be eking out a bill. If it hits a bill, I think this thing might be like a Minecraft situation where it only hits like a 900 mil or something. I'm not sure this is hitting a bill.
What happened? I think maybe word of mouth got out a little bit that the Ohana wasn't as Ohana-y as the original?
No, I mean, so the problem is the Memorial Day was so successful, so that starts this trend, and then basically the higher you are, the better the legs are, essentially. So it's still got like decent legs, and it's because it was overperforming so much as well. But yeah, it's got 1 week. I don't think it's going to hit a bill. I don't think it's going to hit a bill.
Think the kids being out for summer break, I mean, like the district around here hasn't gotten out yet. So do you think that's going to have any impact?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
throughout
this,
the summer?
This weekend is going to be the big one because it's just you get diminishing returns, like regardless with movies, and so that's what why having legs is so important. So yeah, it should have some legs. I agree, but even with that, I don't know if it's going to hit a bill. And then How to Train Your Dragon, that thing's going to do gangbusters.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely I'm looking forward to it.
Now, is that any of the same complaints?
Yeah, is that going to hit a bill though?
I think it's going to.
I
And they've got the Epic
would.
Universe. Here's your print money machine.
It's really weird.
This is
like a lot of the
Thursday numbers though.
A lot of the complaints out there is like people can't afford the movies anymore, and so they're being very selective. Like it's costing them over $100 to take their family. So that's what's been floating around lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think video games and Nintendo Switch are going to learn about that phenomenon here at some point.
Alan already saw fucking How to Train Your Dragon, and 90% apparently it's the same movie. So, and it's going to make buku dollars.
That's what I like to hear. All right. Because, I mean, I like going to my movie theater. I would like it to continue existing in the future. Fantastic Four and Superman, please do some money. Please, God. All right. Yes, I know, Gooch. All right. So, I will be discussing The Matrix later, but you guys aren't going to be available, sadly.
You want to talk about it now? Because we sure as fuck will not. You won't be able to talk about it later.
That was literally my thought. I watched it last night, doing my dishes on my Nintendo Switch on my Bluetooth speaker, which is actually quite bassy. Still holds up on a Nintendo Switch doing the dishes.
Deserves a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't have time to just sit in front of a big screen. I also don't have a big screen. Here in a couple months or whatever, I will be getting big screen. So I can do that. But I've also seen this isn't my first time seeing The Matrix. So if it's my first time seeing The Matrix, I watched that. But I had to watch it from a stream. So it gets watched while I do dishes. And I really gained a new appreciation for this. I did not realize how well it set up story that goes into like the third one. I was really shocked by that. There was maybe 5 moments where I was like, that was a little cringy, or like, oh, that effect was a little rough. Maybe 5 tiny little complaints about it. This thing's the easiest like 9+ score to give ever, in my opinion. Badger, you got any thoughts?
No, I'm there with you. Yeah, that movie to me even verges on being a 10 in its own right.
Yeah. It's easy to argue it's a 10 for sure.
It's just one of the most peak fucking hero call to action stories ever. And then you get into the second and third one's about breaking cycles and choosing. Yeah.
And it does the actual call to action and stuff. It has the with the blue pill and red pill is what crossing the threshold or whatever it's called in storytelling. Like literally the most iconic of our time, like crossing the threshold. It's so well structured.
You think that's air you're breathing?
Yeah. It get everything. Everything is important and means something. And there's so many great quotable lines like that. Music, CG, stunts, and action. It gets incredibly high marks in every single category. I'm wildly impressed.
If you don't mind, since
yes,
Tomahawk for 20. So Badger, do you think the wastes of the real are just another layer of the Matrix? I remember that being a common theory that was just.
You think you woke up from the dream, but you're still in another dream, essentially.
That the machines had realized that we would eventually try to do that, so they set up that whole fucking thing that really we're all in a. I think to me that sort of ruins all the fun and narrative, and we're all just still in a fucking machine somewhere. So yeah.
And well, they already lean into the like we're kind of controlled opposition, and the one is meant to rebel and reset things, essentially, right?
That's why the Matrix Online was so fun, because it took place after that cycle had been broken and the truce, and so it was the machine city, humans born into it, but we were allowed to free whoever we wanted, and like it was the balance, and like let's do what we failed to do the original time when they showed up at UN and said let's be friends, and then we fucking nuked them and tried to get rid of their species. It's the can man, machine, and program get together. Man, that was fun times.
And the Animatrix. All of you in chat, doesn't matter if you like anime or if you don't like, if you're not a big fan of anime, watch the Animatrix. You will develop a new appreciation. It's also a legendary anime studio as well, and it's little anthology bit. So you might not like a couple of them, but you're gonna find. I love the lore ones about how what Badger was just talking about. How the escalation, and I honestly might like that more. Matrix 1 is arguably the best Matrix anything, but I would argue Animatrix is better than 2 and 3.
To me, they're all part of a whole.
Moxie, I feel like you probably enjoyed The Matrix. Am I correct in thinking that?
I did enjoy The Matrix, yes.
Did you ever buy any leather outfits from Hot Topic? That's not a no.
Trinity cosplay.
Yes, but you bought it from where?
Lip Service is higher end and much better.
I knew it.
Hot Topic's pretty cheap, but so definitely not a no, and not to look like the Matrix or all that. No, I was going to clubs, and there was an aesthetic, and it did kind of match the Matrix. I'm sorry, not sorry.
She raved. How much does it cost to dress like you're in the Matrix?
Expensive, actually.
Expensive, yes.
Everyone thinks I'm autismy, and I literally could predict stuff about Moxie or Leon is the easiest to predict. I assume he owns leather pants at some point in his life as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
absolutely.
To go with his kimono, or not his kimono, his silk
wear
robe.
Leather pants when we're in Vegas? Yes.
Oh wait, did he?
Should I wear my suit or should I wear my leather pants?
Yeah.
You should wear a Pride shirt. I almost used the F word.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I'm basically a professional sociologist, and you should all listen to me at all times. I'm right about everything, Gooch.
The Matrix is great. I'm glad you watched it.
Yeah.
There's so much, not just to the second and third, but even just in the beginning.
Did he die for you too?
Oh, he froze.
Yeah.
Normally he just dies for me, and no one notices, and I just
But
have
he
to
looks so
hope.
happy. Look at him. He looks so happy.
I found him.
Better?
There he's back. Yeah.
Hey, hi. So many layers. Connection is fairly good. If you're on Wi-Fi, try. This is StreamYards.
You got yarded. Yes. The Matrix. For those in chat who haven't ever heard of The Matrix, you guys should check it out. It's a pretty good movie.
Attack.
And
Channel's under attack.
No. He doesn't have. Let me predict something about Gooch. What sort of stuff does. Well, I was going to say a gold chain with a cross, but that one's too easy. Moxie went to the club in the first blade dressed up. Yeah, Rossi for 2. I actually... It's
Blood from the sprinklers, all of it,
It must have been, I didn't think about it because I watched the Matrix on YouTube. I actually ended up watching that Blade clip because it got recommended to me. And I now realize it was because I watched the Matrix. And, oh, wait. Yeah, okay. All right. Before we get into it, Trump, the 47th anime hero. Hi, Norris. What's your favorite moment of the Matrix? Him training with Morpheus, doing the kick, and Morpheus doing like the big jump. That music and bangs so hard, and that's when you like fully realize like what like is possible with the Matrix and all.
So many good moments.
Yeah, but him
it's the whole training
learning how to
part.
jump from building to building.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The whole
like,
training arc, that whole segment is that's how you write a movie.
Man,
and
him realizing what Trinity's gonna do when she's in the crashing helicopter and fucking grabbing the thing and sliding, and the look on Morpheus's face as he's seeing him do it. And like, I know they say like he's the one like 4 times, and it works every single time they do it. The turning around and the fucking fight at the end, he's beginning to believe
how they roll out like the little bit of lore or like what's really happening. They drip it to you perfectly. I would say favorite moment. I really enjoyed when Trinity sees the car gunning for the phone booth, and she has to run and get on the phone, and she like puts her hand out. Very
when
good
when he tells him, he's like, "Were you trying to tell me like I dodge bullets? No, Neo, you're ready. You won't have to." And then that cuts actually to the second one where he can just stop them. Just put his hand out and stop them. But yeah, at the end, when he comes out of Smith and like sort of Rika is like, no, just says no when he was standing, and then like the whole it's so good.
The him diving into
Smith,
him,
it's a little...
maybe something we can mark as a
but also
a tiny complaint.
that right there sets up the entire. That's how Smith comes back as the aberration, because they mixed together when he did that whole fucking.
I wondered about that. So yeah, yet more where they actually set it up really well, which man, they just don't do anymore, sadly. All right, Gooch.
It's genius observation too.
I need your attention, Gooch.
Yep.
So, I am over here being one, continuing to defend the new Ultimate Spider-Man. And
why?
Friend of the channel, Comics Dad, hit me up this morning wanting to know if I'd read the new Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, but more on that in a moment. Very strappy, yes. Did you have any like gloves that went to here, or like leather bracelets?
Yeah, there were layers.
Levels.
There are levels.
Layers.
Also electrical tape, but we won't talk about that. When you walk into a place where it's acceptable and everyone has their own version of something, nobody cares. Nobody stares.
What I'm hearing is I am even more right about my prediction about you than I even realized. Excellent. And we're all doing a lot of fun daydreaming right now. Tomok, remember that Neo had to accept the cookies. That joke was ahead of its time. Wait, what is that in reference to?
Because she gives him the cookie.
Yeah.
But cookies is a thing that you accept in internet browsers. That's a very Tism joke that I do. He was right.
I thought he was actually like referencing something in...
Bro, by the way, do you know how rare... They actually had Oracle's cookies in the Matrix Online, and you could only get them from a dev pretending to be the Oracle, like in the live event things. They were rare as fuck.
Now that
I had Oracle's cookies. Phrasing.
That's how you do properly nerd. That is how you do.
They had people playing the legacy characters for a good long time, and the events were canon to the universe. That's why Morpheus was not alive in Resurrections, because he died in that video game. Thank you.
So they didn't just murder all of it like Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger. All right. So I am up to 16. I've been looking for an excuse to take this thing out of my pull list. I've got 2 things on my pull list, and they're so expensive. And once a month, like 30 pages, that's the worst way to experience a story ever. Like Badger, he waits for like a whole series to come out to binge because he doesn't want to wait like
read paperback.
once a week, or even what the when they come out in 2 or 3 batches. He's like, nah, screw that. I don't even want to do that, which I understand. This is way worse than that. So, looking for an excuse, Comics Dad hits me up, says, Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. Have you read it? Came out 2 days ago. Ultimate Spider-Man, okay, it's super popular. This was a wild success. It was Yellow Flash that I think ended up recommending it to me. Why is Spider-Man way here in the back, and why is Miles Morales way up here? Let's check some variant covers. Why is Miles Morales in the... Why is Spider-Man not even on this one? Well, why is Spider-Man in the Oh, because it's not an Ultimate Spider-Man comic. It's a fucking Miles Morales comic. So they have this successful comic. They finally have one, and they're like, hey guys, we're going to do an event, and we're going to trick you into thinking it's this that you actually like, and instead, we're going to team up with the... We're trying to be good. We're under a lot of scrutiny. We don't want to get banned.
No.
This is the gentleman, I believe, who is writing the Miles Morales stuff these days. And he is the co-writer. And that,
I almost used the F word.
And that is why we have Miles freaking Morales instead of the actual successful comic booking character that people actually fucking want. So here's Comics Dad on his stream last night. If this gets bigger for me. 1 second, let me take that down. It doesn't want to work. All right, so he was on stream and it's not working for me. He showed it off full screen. It's not full screen. Rip it. And he literally ripped it on stream. Oh, I thought he was going to be a bit more successful. No, you got to tear it a little. Pre-tear it. Come on. He says that he literally, because he knew I read Ultimate Spider-Man, he had recommended it on a previous stream saying, hey, maybe it's worth picking up. And he regretted it so bad, he literally reached out to me to warn me about how bad it was. That is how bad it is. And that is why you don't hire people that have pink hair.
It's a warning sign. It's like those poisonous frogs and other creatures, snakes.
Correct. Gooch, have you heard of this guy, Cody Ziegler?
No.
Oh, I've heard about him. So he got his start with Marvel writing the She-Hulk show.
Oh, good.
And before that,
that's the one where she fucks a guy for some fries, right? Like takes her out and she's ready to go after the fries.
The episode he writes is the one where her and Matt Murdock fuck. Yes.
Sure.
And he got that because he, out of college, he interned at Adult Swim. So he did 4 episodes on Robot Chicken. And when you look, he's listed as the last writing credit of 8 people. And then that got him a job as She-Hulk Attorney at Law. And now he writes Marvel Comics. He also managed to write an episode of Rick and Morty, which looked terrible. And then Futurama. They did the
episode.
What? Which one?
Futurama.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Is I love Futurama, one of my favorite shows. I tried watching the reboot and I couldn't because it was too fucking woke. And he wrote Rage Against the Vaccine, which is the episode all about lockdowns. What else is he ruining? Some Captain America, Alien. He did some Alien, and somewhere in here it says yes. You know how Deadpool in the comic has been replaced by his daughter, his ethnic daughter?
As you do.
That's this guy. So I don't think Marvel Comics is coming back anytime soon. Ever.
No.
Ever. And I've just been looking for an excuse to stop paying ridiculous prices for these. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's what, $5? Oh my God, this one is $6. $5? Okay, so what? Mostly $5, so that's what, like $80? I could like 40, probably 60, maybe $60 or something like that.
Probably
for trade paperbacks. Or yeah, if I got these for like $1. So I'm not happy. I'm not happy. You have something I'm willing to give you money for, and you just want to ruin it all. Why? Now we get to talk about, just imagine if Stan Lee wrote Batman and he turns Batman into a black man who goes to prison.
You can't keep getting away with it!
And then he gets out of prison and he joins a wrestling league like in Spider-Man, and he wears an actual like Batman costume. And then it doesn't really say in here, but according to the Wikipedia, it says in a matter of weeks through wrestling, he becomes a celebrity. First it's underground wrestling, and then he's doing professional wrestling, and then he has like tens of millions of dollars, enough to have a mansion and a bunch of Batman technology.
As you do.
From being an underground wrestler to professional wrestler celebrity. Gooch, you know like combat sports. Is that pretty common?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I assume. Yes. So, and then but he doesn't want to, like, you know, he gives his butler the mansion because he doesn't want people thinking, "Oh, it can't be a poor black man who's been in prison. It couldn't be him," because he has to hide his identity. Apparently no one who, like, he has tens of millions of dollars, but not a single person who has sent him a paycheck knows who he is. So he has to hide his identity. This is what he fights crime. This is what he kills the guy. Oh, he kills the guy too at the end. This is what he wears while crime fighting and in the ring. So he's a super duper celebrity. So everyone knows this. And then that's what he chooses to fight crime in. All right. And then, like I said, in Wikipedia, it says the guy accidentally dies. But no, Batman, full blown, he's coming after him and he flips him over and sends him flying off of a skyscraper.
Yeah.
So yeah, Batman just straight up kills the dude. Stan Lee, everybody. What? You don't like that, Gooch? He's one of the goats.
Don't like it.
All right, let's see.
Ridiculous.
Yes. All right, I'm going to get through these quick, I swear, for all of those who don't care about comic books. I also read King Spawn, which Gooch did not recommend. I can't blame him for this one. Really liked a lot of it. Story was pretty decent. Art is phenomenal. Very beginning, though, the Sean Lewis writer, I'm thinking he does not like Donald Trump because he mentions He mentions January 6th, and then Demons do a new January 6th because they have a cult where they recruit a bunch of young Christian conservatives and then have them go do terrorism against kids because they want to do blood sacrifice against children. Not like Planned Parenthood kind of blood sacrifice of children, like the Christian conservative, and plus all the young Christian conservatives are like, one of the reasons like Trump won, we're going to have our fourth turning and whatnot. So they're the bad guys. Yeah, here's Spawn and the American flag. So, you know, the Christian conservatives are bad, but the Hell Spawn is good and cares about America. Wait, how 6 times is that? Okay, no. And so, before that, though, I had a warning sign. And I mentioned this yesterday. When you have characters that look like this, side character, main character, background character, that is the most hipsteriest person I've ever seen, that is a huge warning sign. And then they have Christian conservative kids kill a bunch of people Jan 6 at the Capitol style. And everything else I really enjoyed. I'm not going to buy any fucking more, and I wouldn't have ever even bought Volume 2 had I just read Volume 1. So just like Predator, Hunter of Hunters, you just take the woke retard shit out, and all of a sudden it's really good, and I would tell people to watch or read it. But nah, you gotta throw your stupid politics and your stupid woke DEI crap in.
Well, you know what, Erwin?
And if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Well,
how did that work out for her?
At least my comic book shop will be able
the way
to
you thought it would.
sell Pokemon
total
and
meltdown. Yeah.
Magic the Gathering cards at least. All right, before I get to the this calls for another Jesse clip.
I don't even know what that is.
Jesse clip from Full House. That's the Jesse that comes to
Jesse's
my mouth.
girl.
Does this work?
Kamala forever.
Yes.
So
yes.
I did get a couple good pickups today. X-Men, Claremont and Byrne, the Dark Phoenix saga. Some
That's
Chris Claremont.
supposed to be Superman holding Supergirl.
Oh, is that what it's?
I'm pretty sure that's what they're mimicking. Yes.
Well, to be fair, it's John Byrne, so he's allowed to steal.
allowed
I
to
assume
do
it's
it,
his art. Yeah. And it's all the classic stuff. And Gucci, you said Claremont and Byrne hated each other, like hated working
Yes,
together.
very much, very much.
But man, It's exactly what I want. And it says, if it says
Yes.
Paramount, I'm buying it. It says Burn, I'm buying it. And it says both. So I bought it. And then, for all your weebs out there, I told you I'd get more Zeldas. I got Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. As soon as I see Majora's Mask, I'm getting it. Very happy with that. They had a bunch of Junji Ito I almost got, but I don't need it. Those are so expensive. All right, sorry. That has been comic books. Miles Morales about to rob a liquor store.
That's an alt-right symbol.
Yeah, it's true. I love the
There he-
Beagle Daily's Spider-Man slander. It makes me so happy. All right, what's next? Oh, yeah, there's that. And then I went through some other Just Imagines that he had because Stan Lee wrote a bunch of other ones. I wanted to check out the Wonder Woman because Jim Lee does the art, which sounds pretty good. And this new Maria Mendoza. Ooh, Badger. We got Latina woman. Mendoza is an activist who protests against the corporate excavation of an ancient Incan holy site near her village. And the CEO wants to get power, and then she ends up getting demonic powers from the artifacts. And then she travels to LA, and then she finds the staff of something, granting her the powers of an Incan sun god. Wonder Woman, based out of LA. I don't like it either. What's his idea for Superman? All right, his real name is Salden, and his powers include great strength and immaculate speed, but was considered the weakest member of the Kryptonian police force. He uses... Wait, is this like solo leveling but Superman? All right. He uses a flying harness to capture a dangerous criminal in a teleportation lab, but the criminal sends Salden and himself on a one-way trip to Earth. The two men arrive separately, both discovering that they have enhanced physical abilities. The criminal sets himself up as the king of a jungle tribe.
As you do.
Earth is too primitive, but it has the potential to develop the technology, but he can't develop it or to solve war and crime, so blah, blah, blah.
So the Anunnaki make them all farm the gold.
Literally. Yeah, it's Superman Anunnaki, yeah. And then, let's see, we'll do one last one. Green Lantern basically finds the Tree of Life in Africa, and it gives him superpowers from a magical tree. Stanley, I'm starting to think you might want to just stick to Marvel, buddy.
I mean, that's that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, I would assume that's what it's, yeah.
And actually, so I apologize. There was actually one more. The Flash. The Flash, real name, Mary Maxwell. A typical college girl whose father's a scientist. Her life's very dull, and she longs to be a superhero, like in the comic book she's read. She's like one of us. She also has a life-threatening disease that slowly drains her energy. One day, enemies from her father's past, who are part of an organization named Stealth, find and kill him. Before he dies, though, he injects Mary with the DNA of a hummingbird to save her from her wasting disease, and it turns her into the Flash.
This is the Jesse.
You can't keep getting away with it.
My bad, I forgot. Wolfram Hart, 7 for 199. Breaking Bad Jesse clip is yeah. They can't keep getting away with it.
As soon as if you're hosting a stream and you hit go live, you lose like 10 IQ points. So thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So I don't think I have too much more. We're getting close. So Badger, did you want to go and do a little bit of plugging?
Yeah, tonight inside the Badger Den, 149 of you watching. Make sure you watch tonight at 8 o'clock avocado time, where the Cabal, small, not the huge amount that we see on other streams, just a small little group. But yeah, we'll be talking about all the things, including Gooch. Oh boy, you're gonna have fun with this. It's possible Superman is the most expensive movie of all time. Talk about how that's possible.
I will not bite on this. I will
Rein
not
it
bite
in.
on this.
There's nothing to bite on yet, but you will see it tonight. Ooh, meaty, fresh off the bone.
Quick, Gooch, plug something.
Late night with Gooch and Gang, Sunday night. Everyone swing on by. We'll have some fun. Talk about all the things happen throughout the week. Yeah.
Ooh, Tomby raid. I was wondering who the other raid was coming from. Shout out, Tomby. Appreciate you.
Sausage.
Yes. When he flies, you have to put a harness, one like the Hannibal mask over him.
Yes.
If you pet him too hard, he can't help it.
Yeah.
It's for our
Give you a
safety.
little chump. It's a love bite, really.
Kind of like Con Air. I'm in the back and gets locked up,
Yes, exactly. Wait. Are you like the Steve? So you're the Steve Buscemi then? Because like I feel like you're the obvious bad guy. I feel like I would be like the Steve Buscemi, sadly.
Yeah.
Wait, is he? Wait. I'm trying to remember what his crimes were.
He's a serial killer, I believe.
Okay.
with
All
kids,
right.
I think.
Someone in there was, and I wanted to retract my previous statement. I retract my previous statement. Moxie, was there anything you wanted to plug while we're still going?
Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Pacific Avocado time, is my monthly Griftapalooza. So I don't know. We might have to pick a different grift. So I don't know. Bring Gothy Moxie back, or I'm looking at a Dark Phoenix cosplay right now. I don't know.
Matrix
we'll have to figure that out.
Matrix Moxie literally rolls off the tongue.
Matrix Moxie it's just right there. It's just, and Matrix Moxie is just Gothy Moxie with more leather. I just think we all would be happy with.
Latex and leather, yeah.
Latex and leather, yeah.
And slicked hair. Very
fingerless fishnet gloves. That's all I'm asking. Only one though. On one side. You can't have them on both. That makes sense.
Sonya Moxie's a good one.
Wait, what was it? What was it? Like the goth, there's Techno Viking, but then there are like the goth dancers.
The LA style has lots of pointy fingers.
I think about that clip way more than I should.
Used to have friends that had those white gloves with the lights at the end of it. Let me do a light show for you, bro. Are you peeking? Hold on.
Jesus is peeking.
Just give me the Molly and leave me alone. I'm trying to feel God's love. Now give me a $10 bottle of water. Hey, FNT started just on that horrible thing I shouldn't have said.
Just in time for a Jesus clip.
No fucking lies, bro. 2006 just called. I'm going back. Yeah, we were so good. We peaked in 2008. I'm saying it now.
And I will be on Nats the Matrix stream tonight, playing Balatro. Absolute pleasure having you all. I appreciate all your support, and we'll be back tomorrow.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Come on.
Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
If we're not back by dawn, call the president.
See everyone tonight. Stay Gucci.
Bye.
You can't keep getting away with it.
End, please end. I pressed the button, I swear. Wait, it's really not ending.
Tiny hats.
I pressed it.